This is Jamie with Stonemaier Games, and today I'm going to talk about leadership as it pertains to Kickstarter. If you are a Kickstarter creator, whether or not you want to be a leader or not, you are actually leading your backers from the inception of the product all the way through the delivery and beyond. You are a leader, and your effectiveness as a leader can impact the number of backers you draw in, the number of existing backers you engage, and if you're a bad leader, you might turn off some of those backers and you might lose some backers. So I have three different categories with one specific example each that you should or shouldn't do, in my opinion, in vision, passion, and trust. For vision, I highly recommend that you explain through visuals and text on your project page why you've made the decisions you have for the product itself, for the game itself. This will help with the many different conversations that will happen with backers where they're asking you to add different things that might go against that vision. You can help avoid some of those conversations and spend your time more effectively by explaining that why. For example, you might have backers saying, why don't we add more combat to this game? Why don't you add a seventh player? Why don't you do this? Why isn't there a solo mode? All these things. And sometimes those questions will make you realize, you know, there is actually a reason I could add that. That's in line with my design vision for it. But many other times, you'll be able to point to your design vision and say, that's not what this game is all about. That's not what I'm creating. If you're interested in more combat, here's a game that has more combat. I recommend this for you. For passion, I've seen passion go both ways. I've seen creators use passion in ways that are so over the top that it can actually be a bit of a turnoff. In particular, when creators apply adjectives to their own project, where they say, this is the most fun game ever, this is the most beautiful game ever. Let backers decide that for themselves. Backers can decide if something is beautiful or fun or not. Rather, if you want to explain your passion and joy, talk about it in first person. Say, I'm excited about this game. Tell your story and how it led you to this game or this project. By making it personal, then that can convey passion in a way that isn't a turnoff. The last category is trust. It's very easy to lose backers' trust. There are tons of ways that you can lose their trust. But there are two quick examples of how you can gain their trust is to share both good and bad news. Don't always be universally positive. Let backers know when you have vulnerable moments in terms of the project, when something doesn't go the way it's planned, when you get a quote back from the manufacturer that doesn't turn out the way that you want it to, or a component that doesn't look the way you wanted it to. You don't have to hide all that stuff. You can share it and be transparent, and through that transparency, you'll gain trust. Also, I often use a money-back guarantee on my projects. It was rarely actually used by anyone. I think only 15 people ever in the history of my Kickstarter campaigns, out of tens of thousands of backers, ever asked for a money-back refund after they received their product. But having that on there can inspire a little bit of confidence. You show the backers that you believe in your product so much that you're willing to give them their money back if you don't deliver on your promises. That's about trust. Vision, passion, and trust. Many different ways to execute these categories and become effective leaders. I'd love to hear about your thoughts on how you can be an effective leader on my blog or in the comments below. And good luck being a fantastic leader for your backers.